What's up guys, welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm gonna be shooting some CineStill 50D. I know many people when they think of CineStill might think of 800T, which is their tungsten balance film that a lot of people enjoy shooting at night, but they also offer a 50-speed daylight balance film. I, for one, have been really curious to shoot this, and I've wanted to for quite some time, so I picked a few rolls up recently, and today we finally have some beautiful sunshine here in Tennessee, so we're gonna walk around and see what this film can do. Today I'm going to be shooting on the Contax T3, which is a 35mm point and shoot with the Carl Zeiss lens, so we should get some pretty high quality images. And from what I've read on CineStill's website, this film is supposed to be quite sharp, so hopefully we're going to have a good pairing here today. Well, I guess we can go home now. Oh, that's really cool. Look at that. Man, Japanese design just really do be killing it. Hey. All right, that was corny. Let's hit it. Oh, this is scary. But we come too far this time. Probably not worth it.
Shot is garbage.
Yeah. For those of you that are not familiar with Contax cameras, this is how you properly hold one. Like a child, because they can break at any moment, and they're worth more than your entire life. Get out of here. Premium price point shoots stressing me out. Let's talk about this film. So as you guys know, on this channel, we try and keep it real. When a film disrespects us or a camera disrespects us, we don't hold back on it. So I'm here to give you my pure, honest thoughts on CineStill 50D. I'm so serious about communicating my thoughts and my review about this film to you that I brought my laptop because I'm not an actor and I don't have one of those teleprompters, so I just wanted to make sure that I have everything, the good and the bad, right here in my notes. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is the price of the film. It is ridiculous. If you think Kodak Portra or Kodak Ektar can be overpriced at times, CineStill 50D is incredibly expensive. I just checked earlier today on B&H Photo, which is the main photo retailer that we have in the US, or a place that I would purchase from a lot. It's around $14 a roll for 35mm and $15 a roll for medium format. That is very expensive considering that you could be paying $30 to $35 after tax for just 2 rolls of medium format. So for me, as a 6x7 shooter, that would be about $35 for 20 shots, which is pretty steep. So if you've just got money for days and this isn't an issue for you, then that's totally fine, but the price was definitely the first thing that stuck out to me when it came to purchasing CineStill. The second thing to note would be accessibility. After you've decided that you're gonna commit to this steep price, you've gotta find it. And the reality is that unless you have a really strong local store, they're probably not carrying this. I visit a ton of photography shops whenever I'm traveling all over the United States, and a lot of times, even a super strong shop that has a lot of business or clientele is not always gonna carry a specialty film like CineStill. So if your shop has it, that's great, but if you're going local, it could be difficult to find. So that leaves online, which is probably where a lot of you like me order your film from anyway. And the same kind of holds true. A lot of times the major retailers in America at least are often out of stock on this film. So accessibility for CineStill, while it's not impossible, there definitely are times, say around Christmas or other busy seasons, that it's probably going to be out of stock. So just for a comparison, if you were looking for a Kodak Gold or a Kodak Portra or something like that, it's not going to be anywhere near the ballpark of accessibility as films such as those. The next thing about CineStill 50D that I wanted to talk about is kind of the technical side of it. I'm not always the best guy to come to for the more technical stuff, but at the same time, I have shot enough film in my day to kind of understand some of the basics and the pros and cons that you would be looking for when it comes to trying out a new film stock. So first things first, how's the latitude? We all know that you can shoot Kodak Portra like 4 stops, 5 stops even, overexposed, and you can probably save your image. Same with underexposing it. But the latitude on 50D is actually pretty strong. It's not gonna be like a Kodak Portra where you can just go crazy with it, but I definitely did have some photos that I know for facts were underexposed or overexposed, and overall it held up pretty good. So latitude is not invincible like maybe a Portra, but it still holds up pretty good. So latitude wise, I'd say it's pretty strong. The next thing that I would usually be looking for in a film would be the grain structure. As many of you could probably guess, it is a 50 speed film, meaning it's very slow, and it was created to be shot at daylight. So the grain structure is what you would think it was. There was hardly any, and it was very fine. So if you're not looking for grain, then no worries on that end. And if you like grain, maybe not the best film to be shooting. Saturation was also another thing that I was kind of interested to see. Saturation was pretty low. I did get all of this scanned pretty flat and as it came because I really wanted to know what it looked like because it was my first time shooting it. Saturation was pretty low. It did have this strange warmth to it that I didn't really enjoy myself, but the colors they're just unique, and that's what I was looking for in this situation. It's definitely a specialty film, not something that I would ever shoot consistently. So as far as the saturation, the warmth, the colors, it is what I thought it was gonna be. It was new, it was different, maybe not my favorite, but overall, I can't complain about any of that stuff. So let's get to the stuff that I did like about the film. Not a ton. The thing that I liked the most about it was that it was just new. There was nothing that really bummed me out or offended me or made me dislike the film. But in that same thought, there wasn't anything that got me super stoked when I saw my scans. So for me, the thing that I loved about it the most was just the excitement of shooting it. It was new, it was refreshing, and when I got my scans back, they did look completely different from anything I've ever seen, or at least anything I've shot recently. So yeah, we're human beings, we love new things, we love when things change, it's just exciting. And so that was probably the thing that I liked the most about it, was just kind of the anticipation and the new experience. Kind of to backtrack about what I said earlier, I didn't love that it was so expensive. I didn't love that it was difficult to find at times. And also, I did get to shoot it kind of in my ideal scenario, which would have been shooting medium format in the desert. Because when I was picturing this film, I was imagining kind of a Coen Brothers No Country for Old Men vibe. And so I saved a few rolls of medium format, shot it in the desert in the thick of the day when the sun was at its brightest and when the sun had good light. And I still just struck out, man. Just could not make it happen. And so, yeah, ultimately, I just didn't love CineStill 50D. That would lead us to the final question, though, of who is this film for and who would I suggest it for? Or would I just say, hey, give this a go? And I would say if you've never tried it out, just give it a go, man. Because I think ultimately I've still seen a lot of photos that I really loved. And I probably, if I'm being honest, I would give it a go at another time and try it out if I thought the circumstances would align. Because I have seen a lot of photos that I think are sick from it, whether it was on Instagram or Flickr or wherever. So if you haven't tried it out and you can't afford it, I would say just buy it and send it and see what you can make happen, because I do know it's possible to get good photos out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review of CineStill 50D. As always, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We're doing our best to make content that you guys are gonna enjoy and uploading consistently. You can also follow me on Instagram somewhere around here just to keep up with news about the YouTube channel so you can know when we're uploading our next video. So see you guys again soon with another video about film photography.
Can you, do you have any spritzer left in your windshield?
Oh, for sure, my guy. You want to get some footy of it real quick? Hey.
Hey.
Oh, that didn't do jack. I am going to be shooting on the Contax T3, which is an incredibly overpriced point and shoot. You may be asking yourself, why did you think it was a good idea to do an intro at an airport?
Because we accidentally came here.
I am gonna light myself on fire because we've been trying to film this intro for like 25 minutes at this airport in our town that I've never been to. YouTube is hard. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because this is really hard.